In this video, we're going to take a look at the structure of the atom. So what we see out here is I kind of drew a rudimentary structure of the atom. We see a small little ball. So the atom is basically made up of a very dense core. So this is a small, dense core. And this core is positively charged. And actually contains most of the mass of the atom. So most of the mass resides out here. So it's very heavy, very, very heavy, okay? Now inside this core, you have two kinds of particles that make up this core. You have protons and you have neutrons, okay? Protons are the ones that are positively charged. Neutrons do not have any charge, hence neutron. So you can think of neutron means neutral, so no charge. Now, outside of the nucleus, so all the space outside of the nucleus is very sparsely populated. So that's like a lot of space, but there's barely anything there. And the only thing that you'll really find out there is these little electrons, okay? I like to write them as E with a negative charge because these electrons are very small particles, have virtually no mass. They have very little mass, but nothing compared to any proton or neutron, okay? So virtually no mass, and they're negatively charged. Now what's interesting is the number of electrons and the number of protons are always equal to each other in an atom, okay? So we're going to write that there. Down here, number of protons always equal the number of electrons. Let's take a look at the subatomic particles, their masses and their relative charges. So the proton has a mass of 1.00727 AMU. AMU stands for atomic mass unit, okay? Atomic mass unit, okay? And if you convert one atomic mass unit to kilograms, it's going to be a really, really small number. For the purposes of our discussion, we're going to use atomic mass unit because these are very tiny particles, okay? The neutron is 1.00866 AMU and the electron is 0.00055 AMU. Now, turns out for most of the discussions that take place with subatomic particles, you can say that the proton has a mass of 1, the neutron has a mass of 1, and the electron has a mass of 0, okay? Now the charge, the proton actually has a relative charge of 1 plus, the neutron has a relative charge of 0, and the electron has a relative charge of 1 minus.